Hello, my name is Kate. I was born and raised in Korea, and I came to the States when I was 19 years old. My mom was a Christian, but my dad was not a sincere believer. He did not like my mom being so involved in church activities. As I grew up, I wished my dad would become a true believer and accept Jesus as his savior.
Hi, my name is Brian. I was born into a Christian family in Korea. My family moved to the US when I was 14 years old. I went to church every Sunday, but I didn't accept Jesus Christ as my Savior until when 18. I went to Virginia Tech, the greatest college in the world, and studied computer science. Computer science is a study for people who write computer software. It was ironic that I studied computer science because at that time, I didn't know how to use computer. The only thing that I knew how to do on computer was playing games. After my sophomore year in college, my school tried to kick me out because I kept getting Fs and failing classes. That is when I knew that I wasn't good at writing computer software. But what I also knew was that I really enjoyed writing computer software. I knew that this was something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. Being good at something and enjoying something is different. So I kept trying harder and harder, and finally, I graduated college. We were so blessed that we found each other and got married in 2011.
We prayed for three things. We wanted to have a baby after being married for about 3 years, but God did not answer our prayer. I wanted my husband to be acknowledged by others at work and have the opportunity to work at a great company as a software engineer. I still wished my dad would become a true believer and accept Jesus as his savior. We had a difficult time conceiving a child in the States, so we made the decision that I would go to Korea in an effort to get pregnant with the help of the advanced medical treatments available in Korea. However, the more I tried, the more failures and disappointments came our way, and the time spent away from my husband quickly became 1 year. During this time in Korea, my dad began attending sunrise service at church, and I was personally able to see his faith grow. Thankfully, God changed my dad's heart that had been negative about becoming an elder and what seemed like an impossible situation. My dad became an elder. To this day, my dad continues to start every morning by attending sunrise service. Eventually, after many failed attempts at getting pregnant, I came back to the States with a sad heart. But for some reason, my faith that God will answer my prayers someday still has not died. As soon as I returned, my husband was scheduled for an interview at a company he wished to work for. We had very low expectations as a result of all the previous failed attempts at applying for various jobs. But by the grace of God, he received an offer at this interview. As I look back on the last year of our life, I learned that the hierarchy of importance I assigned to my 3 prayer topics was different from God's plan for our life and his hierarchy of importance. I began to see that God was putting together the pieces of our lives like a well-made puzzle in the best, most perfect way according to his will. We first pray that God would give us a child according to our humanly desires. However, God reminded us to seek first his kingdom and his glory by raising my dad as a godly leader in our family and leading my husband to a great work opportunity. I have no doubt that God will continue to use my husband in his new role and company to further his kingdom and His glory as He has always done until now. We do not know how God is going to work in our lives, but we will keep trusting and believing in God's plan with thankful hearts. I believe that God's plan for us will be the best, most perfect plan. When you pray to God, do not be too sad or discouraged if God does not answer your prayers immediately. Let's believe that even if we cannot fully understand or see right now with our human eyes, God is continuously working hard to fill our lives with even better, greater things than we can possibly imagine for ourselves. God will eventually fill our lives with even greater thanksgiving as a result of our faith and obedience. Let's remember that God will take our brokenness and create something beautiful.